Welcome everybody to Forza Motorsport 7, and today we're taking a look at the 1971 Ford Falcon XY GTHO Phase 3. Now this is part of the XY model range that was also the fourth and last iteration of the second generation. The XY was produced between October 1970 and March 1972, with this version being introduced in 1971, and it was built purely for homologation regulations, with only 300 being made. And yeah, this was basically a modified Falcon GT with upgraded engine and gearbox, along with a bigger diff, improved brakes, handling package, plus a 164 litre fuel tank, because this was made to compete at Bathurst and other Australian races. And yeah, actually won the 1971 Bathurst 500 and the 1973 Australian Touring Car Championship. So yeah, an incredibly successful racing car back in the day, and yeah, was highly regarded as one of the best to ever competed at Bathurst. And it's also one of my favourite muscle cars on this game. And that's not because it's got the most power, because it hasn't. It's got a 5.8 litre Cleveland V8 producing 300 horsepower and 380 pounds-feet of torque, which granted is a fairly decent amount, especially from the early 70s, but it's significantly less than, say, the American competition. But this is also significantly lighter than the American competition, weighing in at 3,180 pounds, and because it was made for racing, it's also better handling, better braking, and yeah, a little bit more responsive than the American rivals in terms of yeah, driving and yeah, driving ability in general. And yeah, because it's a four-door saloon, you got plenty of practicality on the go, plenty of leg room in the back, and a decent-sized boot as well. So while it is effectively a road-going racing car, it's still really rather practical and usable on a day-to-day basis, as you can see. And it's got a decent interior, kind of American as inspired, but also got plenty of equipment on the go, as you can see. And yeah, it's overall very nice. I like the chrome accents and then going on like that. Plus it's also got the decals down the side with the engine size and the GT going on, and yeah, you've also got the stripes on the bonnet, got a bonnet scoop, and obviously you've got a spoiler on the back as well with twin exhausts. And yeah, nice amount of chrome, but not too much like some American cars from the time. So yeah, overall I really do like this car. It's easily one of my favourite versions of the Falcon. We have plenty of them on this game, but yeah, this is easily one of my favourites, especially in terms of the rarer kind, because like I said, there was only 300 made. There were about 1,500 GTs that were this was based on. Granted, it's not the rarest Falcon, because obviously the one after this was the Phase 4, which unfortunately only one car was made before it was cancelled, but yeah, still a cracking car in its own right. So let's get out onto the track and see what this car can do. So yeah, being a Bathurst 500 winner, it only seems natural to take it around Bathurst itself. So yeah, we're going to go around for one lap and see what this beauty of a car can do. So yeah, that Cleveland V8 does sound really rather good. I'll let you hear it for a little while. So yeah, easily one of the best sounding 70s V8s from a muscle car. And because it's weighing in at less than its American rivals, while obviously being made for racing, it handles a lot better as well, compared to your likes of your Chevelle SS from the same period, or dare say even a Challenger from the same period. And yeah, it does feel like it handles a lot better. Just the weight alone makes a difference. Never mind having better brakes and better handling than it would normally. And then you got that V8 on the go as well, which again, like I said, isn't as powerful as other V8s from America from the time, but it still more than makes up for it in torque, and as well as obviously not dealing with as much in the way of weight to pull around. And yeah, acceleration is still really rather good as well. 0 to 60 in 6.4 seconds, 0 to 100 in 14.5 seconds. And oops, I do apologise there. I was looking at my notes. Yeah, 0 to 100 in 14.5 seconds, and it will go into a top speed of 130 miles an hour. Now, sure, I'm pretty sure the racing versions are faster than that, especially in terms of gearing, to make the top speed better, because obviously we've got the big straight that's coming up, and yeah, we'll probably easily hit 130 down here. But yeah, it's still a really, really good car, and I just love the fact it's a saloon at the end of the day, because a lot of muscle cars in America were only two-door coupes, whereas one thing I've always liked about the Falcons is that they've pretty much always been four-door saloon cars. So not only are they fast, good-looking, enjoyable to drive, but on a day-to-day basis they're also really rather practical. So yeah, it's a win-win kind of situation with these kind of things, to be honest. And despite the fact it's a four-door saloon, it's lighter than the two-door variants of other cars from America. So not only do you get the advantages of the practicality of a four-door saloon, but you don't get the disadvantages of being a heavy car. So yeah, really, really do like it. I'm sure plenty of people already know this car and probably have already driven it, but yeah, being one of my favourites, I just had to really review it. I do really like Falcons after all, and yeah, I do find them to be somewhat underrated in comparison to other muscle cars from the same period, 60s or 70s. But yeah, easily one of my favourites, and I do hope we get more of them in the next Forza Motorsport game, as well as obviously keeping the ones we've already got on this game, because yeah, they are really, really great, and despite generally being the same kind of car, V8s, four-door saloon, rear-wheel drive, they have their own kind of personality each, going from this being the more racy version of, in comparison to say ones from the 60s or later versions of this car. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.